This is Scotney Castle, picturesque and almost fairy tale-like. At first I thought the turret castle and lake were put there as romantic garden features or focal points, but no, they are authentic. In fact, 1378 authentic. Although in the 1800s part of this castle was ruined to create a look. The estate is 780 acres. The name Scotney comes from Lambert de Scotney, who lived there in 1137. In the 1420s, the Darrell family moved into the castle and lived on the estate for 350 years. They built additions in the Elizabethan style because it was the Elizabethan era. In 1778, the Hussey family bought the estate, and in 1830, the grandson built a new, larger place up on the hill. The National Trust took over the property in 1970, and they run it now. There's the house. It doesn't open till 11, so we have almost an hour to look around here. Not much in bloom right here. Kind of a grouping of conifers. There's the pines in there. They look kind of pretty. And heather. That's kind of nice. And a Japanese maple. So this is the borders with the rhododendrons and the foxgloves. Kind of pretty. A little bit too wild in here, so I think I'm just gonna stay here and turn around. Okay, so now I'm in the quarry garden. And it's kind of interesting because they say the stone steps are from the original design. I assume that's like 1800s. But yeah, it's kind of an interesting place. They took all this to make, I don't know, something. They were digging out to build. And so they had this big pit, quarry pit, and put in plants and made it kind of pretty. A la Bouchard Gardens, which was the same thing. She used the pit for the sunken garden. Oh yeah, this is kind of nice. And I'm sure it looks better when the rhododendrons are in bloom. Okay, now I must be down at the very bottom of the pit. There's a lot of weeds down here, and I don't like weeds. was the walled garden, and it was built in 1837 to 1839. It's 1 acre in size, and it was in use from 1840 until 1970. It produced food, vegetable and flowers for the house. In 2011, the National Trust decided to bring it back into production. It has currants, gooseberries, raspberries in the cages. It has vegetable beds and cut flower beds. I had great fun playing Name the Vegetable and Guess the Fruit. Okay, what do they have in here? Oh, it looks like raspberries. Raspberries and strawberries. Yeah. Yeah, I can see the birds would probably want to eat those. There's more behind them too. I don't know what that is. There's some dahlias. Okay, this is potato. I know potato when I see potato, and that's potato. 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato. Okay, there's a lot of potato. Now what's this? This looks like some type of berries. Currants maybe, something like that. In the middle. Don't know what's around the edge. Yeah, and these almost look like blueberries on this bush in front of me. Nothing's in fruit right now, so you can't really tell. And then the stuff along the edge looks like it's a disease catcher. Don't know what it's supposed to be. Gooseberry or something. But it's got some disease going on there. And here we have some more vegetables. Look at this. Let's say they've got runner beans and zucchini. That looks like kale and lettuce. And then this, pumpkin. Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, those look like lovely lettuce. And then there's onions and corn. And this looks like beets. Yeah, beets in there. Oh, what's over here? What do we have? Oh, cucumbers. Okay. The vines are not very far along. I would think they'd be further by now. We're almost the end of June, but... And now this looks like, I don't know, asparagus? Just a wild-ass guess. What is it? Oh, yeah, it is. It is asparagus. Okay, and peppers. These are peppers. Sweet pepper, they call them. I think we call them bell peppers. Oh, and there's garlic in the back there, and elephant garlic. I tried to grow that once. It was a disaster. Never matured, and I think most of them died. Yeah. Okay, that's supposed to be the elephant garlic, where there's a big hole. And that's what happened to my garlic. Oh, what's over there? Squash. More squash. Pumpkin. More pumpkin. And here we have a bed of compost. They're growing compost here. Those look like runner beans, string beans. That looks like zucchini. It's going crazy over here. Oh, there's more zucchini. These are, they're French beans. Okay, well, I didn't hear them speak, so I wouldn't know that they were French. And then there's some fruit trees of some sort here. Looks like apple trees. Oh, that's quite interesting. So this is a dipping pool. Not for dipping by people, but dip into it so you could water the vegetables and whatever else is in this garden. I was fortunate to be able to get inside the house. It was interesting, and the carved woodwork was very impressive. The house was built in 1830 and passed down in the Hussey family. Christopher Hussey inherited it from his uncle in 1952, and he had 6 rental apartments built in the house to help provide an income. When he died in 1970, he gave the estate to the National Trust, with his widow able to live in the house until her death in 2006. While the National Trust owned the house, they continued to let out the apartments, and one of the tenants in the 70s and 80s was Margaret Thatcher and her husband. The house opened to the public in 2007. I wish I had some interesting facts and enlightening anecdotes about all the rooms, the furniture, paintings, but I don't. There were National Trust volunteers in most of the rooms and information sheets on display, but it was busy and I had limited time, so I really did just a quick walkthrough. I saw library, dining room, and other formal rooms on the main floor. Then I went upstairs to the bedrooms. I don't think all of the house was open, and I didn't find out what happened to the 6 apartments. After my look around the house, it was time to leave Scotney, and I didn't even get a chance for tea and cake in the coach house tea room. Now we come into, I guess, a servants' areas or the back of the house. Oh yeah, look at that. Garden hall, library, front door.
Oh my god, it's from 1930.
This is the modern kitchen that was made. I'm going to put in a proper stove or modern stove. And a microwave. What a pretty lavender. It's so dark in color. Dark, dark blue.
So we need to get out